Hello out there everybody, welcome to Flawless Rage 2, and I need to make sure I have audio.
Hello out there everybody, welcome.
Yes, we do have audio. That's absolutely fucking insane. Yes, hello guys, welcome to Flawless Rage 2, hope you're doing well. Tonight we're on House Flipper, we're going to be seeing what we can do to the house. I've been doing a little bit of work on here, so we're just going to shoot the shit tonight and see what we can do. I hope I sound okay. I've got a new headset and I'm actually having to sit on the bloody floor to use it because the wire on it isn't long enough. It's one of them USB ones, but it's a good headset and it's cheap as chips, so I thought, why not? Ah, yes, the Sunny Bungalow is done. I'll sell that at the end, but right now I'm going to go here. This is what we're doing tonight. I completely forgot about this. That's what kind of a fucking day I've had. So I'm building something here out of the modern bungalow, I think that's called. And this is it. What am I building? Let me just take you around, see if you can guess what it is. So we have one room over here. We have one room over here. Another room here. And through here, an extended room with windows. What are we building? Well, this is basically like a fitness centre that I've come up with. My wife is the inspiration for this. She's got into doing yoga and doing like Zumba and stuff like that. So I decided, why not incorporate that into my gaming and make a fitness centre. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're only going to have two rooms, one for yoga and one for Zumba. And we're going to have a toilet area and a shower area, I think. Oh my god, in the chat, it's the amazing Kathy. Hello, Kathy. Welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you since, so Happy New Year. I hope you're all good. Welcome, welcome. Great to see you. So, I think this could be the toilets, and the other one will be the shower. So, let's make it, shall we? We're going to do it generic. It's going to be generic. But yeah, I'm on a new headset tonight, so hopefully this all works. I'm having to sit on my bloody floor because it won't reach to my sofa. I'm well pissed about that, but it was cheap, and it's a good headset for the price. So we'll do that. So I'm going to use these, like, I want to use these worn tiles, but I think they're... Kathy, you don't need to apologise. It's all good, and thank you for that as well. You know, you don't need to apologise. It's all good. Everyone's got things they're dealing with. Don't I fucking know it? Right. I have a bit of a talking point that I'd like to talk about tonight, although don't know if I should. I might do. I might do. Let's get some flooring down first while I think about what I'm going to do here. So, this is going to be a shower room. Nearly dozed off when your phone alerted me. Oh, tell me about it. I was nearly in the bloody bath the other day and my son's school rang me. Which is the talking point tonight. So, here's the thing, right? I will talk about it. My son goes to a special school. He has ADHD. And when he went to his old school, there was this girl there who kept bullying him. And bullying him and bullying him, right? 7 years he put up with her, and then he started a new school. She went there as well. She's in his class. And she's constantly been bullying and bullying and bullying. Now, my son has started to stick up for himself, which I'm really proud of him for, but he's been swearing at her. And also, he's, you know, he just comes out with things, right? Tell me about it, Kathy. And it's basically got to a point where it needs to stop. Yeah, he's not doing, you know, he just doesn't want to go there. You know, he's not really in the wrong for some of the stuff he's doing. She does deserve it. But sort of like, you know, I've now got basically an incident happened there today where she pushed past him and apparently he said something to her and pointed at her. Apparently it upset her. So, yeah, do with that what you will. But you know, it has got to, I mean, that whole family is a pack of dirtbags. That really is, you know. And yeah, I've got the head teacher calling me tomorrow to talk about that. Kathy says, bullying is brutal when you're a kid. Do you know what it is? I went through it. But the things that I got away with in my day, dealing with it, you can't do anymore. Didham's on her, exactly, yeah. And so I don't know if they're going to... Honestly, it's got to the point where, sort of like, you know, I mean, he gets blamed for every fucking thing, you know. Oh, he's done this today, he's done this today. We're always getting phone calls, always getting messages. You know, there are some really violent kids at his school, and, you know, you hate school for that reason, yeah, exactly. And it's got to a point where sort of like, you know, in a way I wish they would kick him out, because I think homeschooling would be a better option for him. I have a niece who's homeschooled, and she's doing fantastically well, so, you know, we shall see how it all goes. But yeah, and the thing about it is, right, yes they do. Yes they do, Kathy, they really do. And the thing with me is that, well, when I hear about these incidents and stuff, you know, and the things that my son says to me, and he comes home happy as Larry. He is the funniest. I'm not just saying this because he's my son. Please don't think I am. Right? He is the funniest, most loving, you know, kid that you'll ever come across. He really is. I can sit here with him on a game and play away with him, you know, and he loves every second of it. He loves sort of like, I mean, there was when we was doing the House Flipper, when the Scooby-Doo DLC came out, and we were going around trying to solve them codes and stuff. He got it. He did it. I mean, I was fucking clueless. No, he did it. He was absolutely incredible. He's very smart, but so is this kid. You see, my son, when he retaliates, and I mean, it's like he's getting penalised for sticking up for himself. And when he retaliates at school, he's heard. But her, she's the sort of kid who says things, you know, deliberately will say things under her breath so she doesn't get heard. She's told my son to fuck off. She's told my son that he's a loser. She's told him that he's an idiot. She's told him that he's useless. You know, she's and she keeps saying, like, get out of my way to him and stuff. And, you know, when he's not even in the way, she pushed past him today at school. And it seems like she's a bit of a teacher's pet. Now, so I'm going to see what this fucking head teacher's got to say tomorrow. And take it from there, really, you know. But in a way, I wish that he would get kicked out of school. If not, I could always take him out, I know. But, you know, it's just got to a point where it's a bit ridiculous. And, well, this bully's family is a bit of a fucking joke, to be completely honest with you. You know, it really is. I mean, oh my God, if you saw her father, you'd piss yourself. I mean, fucking hell. I can't even tell you what this kind of looks like, you know. Bucktooth little wank stain. If you saw my stream at Christmas time, the wrestling stream, and you saw a character on there called Buck Harold, it's based on this kid's dad. Now, this kid's dad doesn't like me, okay? Number one, I get in the way. Apparently, sort of like, well, when they've took their kid to school before, I've got in the way. And he doesn't, and sort of like he's opened his gob about it. And, right. And also, there was this incident where sort of like, this was when he was in his old school, my son, and this kid was bullying him. And I went to cross the road. He was crossing the road at the same time. I got to the middle section, and it was a wet, muddy day, and there was mud all against the side of the path, and as I turned onto the path, my wheel slipped. And then he started walking after me. Excuse me? He goes to me, and I was like, and I just kept biking. I took no fucking notice of him. And he goes, you nearly ran me over. You nearly ran me over, he go. I turned round, flipped him the bird and said, yeah, shame I fucking missed and all. You know, I thought you might be able to bully, your kid might be able to bully my son. Don't think you're trying that shit with me. I was bullied at school for, basically my hair is what I was bullied at school for. You know. And, oh my God, he is such a cunt, he really is. It is unbelievable what a fucking wanker this bloke is. And it's like, where do you go? What do you do? You know, how the fuck are you supposed to... How are children supposed to get an education and everything when essentially teachers do have their favourites? Don't think they don't. They fucking do. You know, and I personally think that this kid is a favourite. I genuinely think that. You know, I don't think sort of like that we, you know, that you can have the whole family. Well, the whole family's a bit of a cunt. I mean, you know, well, this kid's mother looks like she fell out of the ugly tree and hit every fucking branch on the way down. You know, and they also, and believe it or right, you can see what sort of a family this is, right? I don't know. I don't know if they're on the PTA board, Kathy. I don't know. But it shows you what kind of a family they are when their son used to go to my daughter's school up until last year, right? And he used to start picking on my daughter. Well, my daughter has the same attitude as me. So it really worked out well for him. He tried it once. He tried picking on her once. It didn't fucking last long. My daughter knocked this kid on his ass. She literally pushed him over and knocked him on his ass. Now, I don't condone violence. You know, I don't by any stretch of the imagination condone violence, condone, you know, anything like that. But in my day, when I was at school, that's the way you dealt with them. I was bullied at school for my hair. Now, I've got naturally curly hair. And I always used to get bullied for it. Oh, you've got a perm and things like that I used to get, right? I used to get that all the time. And, you know, I got fucking sick of it. And I was being bullied for that, bullied for other things as well. I wasn't, back in the day, you know, one of these kids who would go out and cause trouble, you know, with their friends after school. Yeah, it is the only way to stop them. It really is, Kathy. But... you know, unfortunately, schools are a bit woke these days, and, you know, they don't sort of like, they don't see the bigger picture. They don't really see what's going on, you know. And at the end of the day, they tell us about it, but aren't they responsible for our children when, you know, when they're in school? They're responsible for looking after our children. They're responsible for making sure they're safe, making sure they're not being bullied, make sure they're not being picked on, make sure they feel comfortable in school and everything. And then sort of like, you know, you've got these little cunts who go there and, you know, just pick on kids. And I'm not basically having it. You know, I have honestly had a fucking enough of it. Am I worried about what this head teacher's going to say tomorrow? Maybe a little bit. But we shall see what happens. But rest assured, he won't be getting off with it fucking lightly, you know. He can try all the bullshit tactics he fucking wants to and sort of like, you know, make all the threats that he wants to. I don't really care. It is their responsibility. Yeah, exactly, Kathy. 100%, yeah. But what do you do? What can you do? You know, these teachers seem to, like I said, have their favourites and stuff, and it's like, well, what am I supposed to fucking, you know... Well, I would do that. That's a good idea, actually. I would do that. But sort of like, you know, which way do you turn? Now, my son, tomorrow morning, once again, is going to be nervous and anxious to go to school. He already has anxiety problems, as do I. Right? I'm not putting a fucking exterior door on it. What are you doing, Flawless? Get your ass in gear here. You know... But it's like, what can you do? When it comes to schools, pretty much nothing. The schools do nothing. As a matter of fact, today, my daughter was struck by a metal water bottle by some kid. And the teacher just turned to the child The teacher just turned to the child and said to him, "You've had a good day, don't make it a bad day." Not sort of like apologise, you know, like to my daughter and that. Oh no. Oh no, no apologies here. Just sort of like favouritism and fucking bullshit. And it's the thing that gets me is the wokeness. I'm sorry, but that's when it comes to fucking anything at school. Yeah, exactly. My reaction as well, that was, Kathy. Right? It's the wokeness what pisses me off. It's sort of like yeah, exactly. Now, that's another thing I've got to deal with tomorrow. Going in my daughter's school when I take her, and having a word with this bloody teacher and asking her what the fuck she thinks she's playing at. It's just ridiculous. The way the schooling system is ran is fucked. It really is. They want your support for all these fucking events they put on so they can make as much money as possible. And that's not going into the school. That's going into a fucking bank account which is drawn out at Christmas so they can have their fucking Christmas office party. You know. You always you know. It's ridiculous the way that school is these days. And when I was bullied, it was sort of like, you know, I stopped it the only way that I knew. Actually, it was my dad who told me to do it. You know, I didn't know what to do, I didn't know how to stop it, and then one day, this little fucking wanker came over to me in class, and he was like, bullying me for this, and sort of like picking on me for that name calling and all that shit. And I kind of fucking snapped, picked him, and I don't condone any of this, right? What I did was right but wrong. What I did was basically I grabbed him by the scruff of his shirt and pushed him into coat pegs and then proceeded to bash him in the face. And yeah, I don't condone it. What I did may have been wrong. I could have probably handled it a different way. I didn't get wrong for it though. The teacher knew that I was being picked on, and so the teacher sort of like let it fly. And this game's got really friggin' bright again. You know, I don't know why House Flipper does that. It gets really bright after a little while. It's crazy. But yeah, so a message to teachers and a message to schools. Do your fucking job. Instead of standing outside striking and, you know, more money, we want more money. How about you do your fucking job properly? Look after our children in school. Make sure they are safe, and it is a safe place for them to go. If you notice bullying or bullying is reported, nip it in the bud as soon as possible. Don't let it escalate, because it makes it worse for everybody. Do your fucking job for once. You know. So now my son's going to be not wanting to go to school tomorrow, but he's going to have to, because I've got to talk to this, you know, head teacher on the phone. So that's going to be a laugh a fucking minute. Right, I did put another shower in there, didn't I? Well, why the fuck ain't the door going in then? I'll go in there, fair enough. We get in there yet? Right. That's excellent. Right. So that's basically going to be sort of like the showering room. I've done cubicles because it's going to be a unisex one. I'm not going to worry about tiling that up or lighting that. We're going to come back to that later. Probably in another stream, actually. And we're going to go into... you know what? Let's actually do the fucking Zumba room, shall we? Now, like I said, this has been inspired from my wife, who's actually taken up Zumba, does yoga and stuff now. She's diabetic and watches what she eats, but also gets exercise in as well for muscle toning and stuff. Yeah, I got work. Do you know what? Funny you say that. I got work when they phoned yesterday actually, and said about these incidents that have been happening at school. And I was sort of like, you know, I was like, what the fuck, you know? And when they was talking about it, this bloke on the phone, I was telling him everything that she does, like the talking under her breath, things like that. And You know, he was saying, well, no, you're right and all that. He said he's got to talk to the head teacher. But then this fucking incident today has made it worse, I think. Now, the incident today could have been avoided. My son shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have pointed the finger at her, although I do think it's quite funny. You know, but she pushed past him. There was a time that this kid was bullying him so bad at school, at the school he's at now, that she used to tell him what to have for his lunch. Sort of like, today you can have this, today you can have this. And he always used to be a baguette or something. Now, the baguettes at his school are pretty damn big and they are filling, but still, you know, he should be able to choose what he wants for his own fucking lunch. And, you know, I can say more about this kid because I'm really, really fucking fired up about it. My son, at his old school, where he first met this kid, where she first started bullying him, they used to do pieces of toast for the kids. My son would get a free piece of toast because he was a prefect. And so he would, and my son loves his food. If there's food there, he'll eat it. And so what happened? He ran to get his toast. He fell over and broke his arm in 2 places because he's fucking clever. And he went to hospital, got it all put in a cast and everything. And he had this, and then he went to get another cast put on where they change it out. And he had this blue cast on his arm. And this kid, the one who's picking on him, was sort of like, you know, trying to pull the cast off his arm at school. This is what kind of a kid she is. And yet she can do no wrong. I've just had a complete enough when it comes to these fucking schools and the way they work. You know. And like I say, it's got me fired up today. It's got me feeling pissed off. She sounds deranged. Do you know what? I think there's something like that wrong with her. You know. My son is the kind of guy who, you know, he's 14, he's going to be 15 next month. And he's the kind of kid who just wants to sit there, chill out on a game and just have some fun and talk to you. And, you know, I mean, my sons will happily sit and have a cup of tea with you, you know, and have a chat. That's the kind of boy my son is. And, you know, it gets a bit much when sort of like these kids are picking on him at school. And I don't know what to do, but where was I? Anyway, I got off track a bit. Yeah, bloke phoned up yesterday. And I told him what was what. And, you know, said that I don't want to come face to face with her dad because I don't know what I'll fucking do. Which is true. I don't know what I'll do. But, yeah. I'm just so sick. Yes, she has, Kathy, and I can tell you that for a fact. And do you know how I know that she has been spoilt? She's taken days off school to go up when her brother was at the old school. He's not there anymore because he's such a fucking problem child. When her brother was at the old school. Hello, Pam. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Welcome. Good to see you. When her son was at the old school where he was, it was only this past summer. She took a day off school to go and watch her brother sing. Oh, here's a horror story. It really is. I'm just so fucking sick and tired of it. I don't know what way. Today, I don't know what way is up, what way is fucking down. I really don't. You know. Earlier, yes, I did lose my shit with my son a bit because I was sort of like told him not to retaliate. And he did. In a way, I know he probably couldn't avoid it. And that's fair enough. But, you know, I was just pissed off with him for retaliating like he did. And, you know, going against what I said. The things not to do kind of thing. but he still did it, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a bit. But I did lose my shit with him a bit earlier, I will admit. But I said to him earlier, look, I apologise for what I did and everything. He did get upset, but not because of what I did, because of the whole situation with school. But what way can you do? What can you do with it? What way can you take it? I fucking hate yellow, but I'm going to have to put it in there. I'm going to take one of these fucking lights out as well, because that's annoying the shit out of me. It's too bright. There we go. Oh yeah, delete the paint you just bought. Well done, dumbass. Right, okay. Yeah. More than likely. More than likely, Kathy. It's one of them things where, you don't know. I don't know what way to turn sometimes. Pam likes yellow. I hate yellow. I really do. I can't fucking stand yellow. A disgusting colour. Especially on a car, it looks wrong. Oh, Pam, hope you get better soon. That ain't a lot of people are going down with illnesses at the minute, so keep yourself safe, yeah? Oh, shit. Not good. Do you think you might have a bit of cold got in your stomach or something, Pam? Because I know how, believe me, speaking from experience, I know how painful that fucker can be. Stomach churning, right. Don't fart whatever you do. No, fucking hell. Before Christmas I had a bit of trouble with the brown rain, let's say, so, But yeah, that's just basically what I've said tonight as an indication of what this child is like towards my son, and it has got to stop. But every teacher I've spoken to in the past said it's going to stop. It hasn't. So I don't quite know what is going on there. And okay. My paintbrush audio's gone for some reason. Can you guys still hear me?
Okay. My paintbrush audio's gone.
Right, okay. I don't know why the paint and audio's gone. Maybe it's just the game, but we will continue nonetheless. So yeah, it's nice one. So yeah, it's one of them things, but I'm just giving you an indication of what the shit my son's going through at the minute at school. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. It shouldn't be allowed. I have a slight echo. Yeah, that is my living room. I'm in a big. My living room is fucking huge. So that'll be what that is. I can only apologise for that. Right, let me, because I'm having to sit on the floor tonight, and so my voice will travel further. Honestly, Kathy, I am lucky. I really am. I'm truly lucky. It's a blessing to have this house. It really is. I've banged on enough about my house on here before, though, but Right, next colour. What shall we go with? Shall we do a cyan? Or shall we do it that cyan, which is probably the one that was already fucking on? Right, we'll put a box across there. Oh yeah, definitely. I will, Kathy. Make no mistake about it. You know. I mean, like I said, I was bullied at school because of my hair. That's the only thing really they bullied me about was my hair. Because I had naturally curly hair, I was different to everybody else, you know. They don't like things that are different. And so, there you go, really. That is the tale of the tape. So, I don't bloody know what's going to happen, but we shall just have to, you know, find out and see. Let's go with some of that. Let's go with that one. It's like a fucking rainbow in here. Right. Okay. I'll do it. I'll just paint the whole fucking thing this colour and then I'll put another colour over the bottom or something. It does scar somebody. It really does. Bullying is, you know, it's not fun. Exactly, yeah. You know, I used to get bullied for that all the time. I've been knocked down and beaten up on a field at lunchtime. I've been, you know, I've had people would pick their nose who was sitting behind me and come and wipe it on my top. I've had that. I've had, you know, I've had people corner me in the toilets before at school. I've had it all. And, you know, sometimes enough is just a fucking enough, really. And so that's why I retaliated the way I did. But like I said, you can't retaliate now the way that you used to be able to. You used to be able to smack some cunt in the mouth and, you know, they learn their lesson. But now it's sort of like, well, you have to think about people's feelings and you have to see, you know, what's causing this. And do you know the number one thing that every fucking school says that pisses me off? Hello, my brother. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Welcome, bro. Fantastic to see you. Do you know the one thing that every school says what pisses me off, whether the child has had too many days off school or whether they're being bullied, you keep them home or something like that? The one thing that they say that pisses me off, and how are things at home? Oh, there's nothing to do with how things are at your fucking school, is it? It's always, oh, how are things at home? You know, what the fuck has that got to do with the price of fucking tits, you know? Jesus fucking Christ. That really pisses me off, that does. I've fucking, you know, I've had enough of hearing that shit. And I'm probably going to hear it tomorrow. And I'm probably going to lose my fucking cool. So, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting day tomorrow. So we shall see how it all pans out. But fucking hell, man. What a, you know, it's just really got to that point now where, you know, I'm done giving a fuck, you know. Now, before, I'd always sort of like try and, you know, I mean, I do it every morning anyway. I try and encourage my son to have the best day that he possibly can, but not to retaliate. If anything happens, tell a teacher. But telling a teacher doesn't fucking work, does it? Telling a teacher only makes the fucking situation a million times, you know, worse. It is them trying to change the direction of blame. It really is, you know. You know, I've just got to the point where sort of like, fuck it, you know, now. It's always the fucking same. Do you know what? Slightly offside. Anybody who remembers these, you know. This kid isn't happy. This kid isn't at your home. So he's very happy, thank you very much. Yeah. Pear drops. I wasn't thinking pear drops. Do you know what I'm thinking? Who remembers the sweets fruit salad? Anyone remember them? The Swizzles fruit salads you used to be able to get? That's what this wall reminds me of. Yeah, so... Oh god, fruit salads were the best. Blackjacks, not so much, but fruit salads were fucking dynamite. They really were. You know. But let's just see how it all goes tomorrow. And, you know, the next time I stream, I may give an update. Unless I've got a different talking point. The next time I stream, I'll do that. So, you know, catch me live whenever I'm live next. Genuinely, though, I'm thinking about fucking... I don't know, maybe... Well, I can't do it on a Friday, but... I don't know, maybe over the weekend sometime. Probably Sunday as usual. I'll come back on and do something. Heavy construction in the next yard, brother. That's not good. My thoughts and prayers are with you, because that's... I know what that's like, where there's a fucking bloke. I mean, it's not really heavy construction, but even the slightest bit gets on your tits. There's a bloke who keeps going next door to me, who I think he's private hire, and he does these things. He goes in there and you always hear fucking drilling and fucking hammering and shit. So I just turn the music up loud. I've actually bought a new pair of speakers and they're really, really fucking loud, so that's good. Kathy says, well, hopefully this head teacher does her job and resolves this and not try putting the blame on your son. Don't worry, I'll make sure she don't. And Boston says, I could barely hear myself think they're building a house, but not sure. Fucking hell. And also, you know, like I said, to teachers, in closing, to teachers, do your fucking job. And to the bully who, to the bully's parents, I know you don't like me, sir. This is the father I'm talking to. I know you don't like me. I don't particularly like you much either, you buck-toothed bastard. Your daughter might be able to try and bully my son. Why don't you try and fucking try it on with me? You ain't getting far. Trust that bitch. Yeah, true. I mean, I don't know if I mean, schools are getting worse though, in general, aren't they? I mean, over the news over the past couple of weeks, I've seen that fucking kids have been fucking biting, kicking, and punching into teachers. What the fuck? And there's been teachers walking out. I've been at this one primary school I know, and these kids are like fucking 6 or 7. They're little shits. You know, obviously the parents aren't doing anything with them. Boston says, ever since the 90s when I started going to school, it was going downhill. Yeah, I very much believe it. Did you decorate anything at home yet, Flawless? No, I haven't yet. I've put that off until the weather starts getting a bit warmer. Last year was just sort of like getting the place set up and getting everything, you know, in here and that. But now it's, you know, this year it is the time to decorate. So that is what I'm doing when the springtime gets here. We get a bit of warmer weather. I don't want to do it in this time of year because obviously it's cold and everything. I want the heat to dry everything out. So yeah. Right, guys. Well, oh, fuck my ass and call me Sally. Right. I've got to do this bit of sealing here. This is basically the Zumba room. Pam says, yeah, my sister has to put up with a lot. She has 2 support teachers at all times from her pupils. Behavioural problem kids violence, yeah. I know. It is one of them things. You know, there's been a lot of it. Why the fuck, though, don't parents discipline children? you know, and fucking say to them, you know, what is wrong with teaching them right from wrong? I'm sorry. Is it because you like are missing sort of like Love Island and The Only Way is Essex, and you haven't got time to sit there and discipline with your children, so you let them do whatever the fuck you want? Well, let me tell you something. That is not bringing your children up. That is dragging your children up. Okay, teach them right from wrong. Make them see sense. Teach them, you know, that this is the way that you go about doing things. That's what I try and do with mine. You know, that's what I try and do with mine. I try and, you know, instill good, you know, manners in them and everything like that. But sometimes that just, you know, I mean, and that, for the most part, my children are quite respectful, you know. I mean, my daughter, all she wants to do is hug. All she wants to do is give you big cuddles. That's literally all she wants to do. She's 10, and that's all she wants to do is just give you massive hugs all day. My son, he's the same. He'll give you a cuddle. He'll and everything. You know, he's 14 years old, and to this day, he still loves to get on the couch with me in front of a film, or if we're watching something on YouTube or whatever, get on the couch with me, cuddle up to me, and 9 times out of 10, me and him actually fall asleep. This is a child who I'm getting a phone call about tomorrow. Can anyone see the, you know, anything wrong with that somewhere, you know? So, yeah. But it's how the world works now. The world is so fucked. I mean, the wokeness is just ridiculous. Oh, you mustn't say this because it might offend somebody. You can't say that because it might offend somebody. Well, do you know something? The real truth of it? If somebody is ever offended by anything that you say, that's their problem and not yours. You know, it's not your fault that they're a fucking, you know, soft sourpuss who can't fucking take a joke, who can't, you know. Boston says fuck their feelings. Exactly, my brother. Exactly. You know. Oh, you can't be nasty. You have to be nice, and you mustn't say this. And, you know, the restrictions these days that you gotta have. Even on things like Xbox and stuff, they're doing it now. I think they might be doing it on PlayStations as well. Kathy says hurt feelings isn't a crime. No, we all go through that. We all go through that. But what can you do, right? When the wokies come to town. So, there you go. Oh yeah, we're going to need a clock in there, aren't we? I just saw a decorative one, didn't I? Yeah. That'll actually work quite well. So let's put it up on the wall there. That's not even what I was looking for, but fuck it, we'll put it up there. Yeah. Oh, this country's completely fucked without any question. It really is. You know, I think that the way it is, you... hello to Sean B. Games. How's it going? The way that things are going now, you know, is fucked. It really is. But there you go. It's the wokies for you. That's whose you know, problem it is. Oh yeah, yes, my brother, 100%. Yeah. That's awesome, Sean. How has your day been? That needs to be straightened up, but I can do that after. I wonder if we should do this in different colours. I'll just get the letter in for now, and then we'll do that later. But yeah, the woke brigade are the ones who piss you off. They're wrong on so many fucking levels, they really are. I'm old school. I like being old school, you know. I'll just put them any fucking where. I didn't want a fucking A, did I? I wanted a U. Sorry, Sean, if you don't like swearing, this won't be the channel for you. Right. Now I've got to rearrange these letters. Right. That needs to be more central. Fuck me, I've moved it to... Right. Oh, don't be a cunt. Right, hang on. That's better. And now we can put the lettering in. Sean says, I did see a few of your videos and they are brilliant. I did subscribe a while back. Thank you so much. You know, I appreciate any feedback. Thank you so much, my friend. You know, I do try. You know, I've got some videos lined up. That's for sure. But yeah, it's just sort of like, you know, getting around to them. Right now, I'm just concentrating on streaming, but I will be uploading more videos. If you like vinyl records and stuff like that, I will be doing a few of those in the upcoming future. Pam says, great job, thank you. That needs to be more fucking central as well. Jesus fucking... I don't mean to use the Lord's name in vain, but for fuck's sake. There you go. Right. That's having some fucking neons, mate. Right. Bright pink. I'm not even fucking joking. That'll work real well. Vinyl is fantastic. Takes me back. Absolutely. You know. But yeah, I'll be uploading some videos of vinyl soon. Ones I actually got for this past Christmas. So, yeah, look out for it. Oh, they were the days, yeah. Oh, fucking hell, excuse me. I don't know where that came from. Fuck. Oh. God damn. Right, so that is basically all I'm going to do for that, which is going to be a Zumba class in there. So there you go, that one is for Zumba. Pretty cool. You've got the places where the instructor will stand, you know, with the amplifier and, you know, and everything. Done at sort of like the colourful walls. So that's good. What is it about that crackle and pop that vinyl makes? Dust. In a word, dust. But yeah, no, I understand what you're saying there. You know, yeah, I mean, it's a nostalgic sound, you know. You know, I'm going to be, I mean, I've got plenty of records. Boston says, so my brother, I take it you're building a gym. It's not exactly a gym. I have plans to do a full gym later on, but this is just sort of like a place where you go to do Zumba and yoga. And it's inspired by my wife because she's now started doing both of those and was really loving it, and it's helping her a lot. So I absolutely think, I think it's a fucking, a brilliant... I mean, I wasn't into all of this fucking Zumba malarkey. I thought it was a load of bollocks, but then I watched my wife doing it, kind of got turned on, and and then sort of like, it just went from one thing to another, really, and I actually started to enjoy, what it was all about and stuff, and see the benefits from it. I mean, I have a sister. Who does Zumba as well, and she, she loves it. She swears by it. So, there's got to be something to it. There really has. I'm going to use this, and we're going to go with that one because it's smoother. And we're going to go with black. Details are black. My soul is black. No. Right. Okay. Maybe I should put the sign above. Or I could just write it there, couldn't I? But I can't write just... Or can I? Fuck it. What's the time? How long have I been streaming? Let me just see if I can do this job. 52 minutes. We're going to just quickly do this job. Screw it. Right. We'll do it in blue because it is a shower. I don't think your video was crappy, bro. I did watch it. I don't think it was crappy, though. Yeah, it really is. It really is good for you, Wasn't too impressed with it when I first heard about it. I thought it was sort of like a bit of a, hipster kind of thing. But, I'll give it a second chance, and I actually enjoy, watching my wife do it. God damn, don't I enjoy watching my wife do it. Yeah, I'm getting carried away there, sorry. But, I know the health benefits from it are incredible, apparently. It gets you moving, gets your body moving, and for her being diabetic, it's good for her blood sugars. So, amen to that, Kathy. I'll straighten them up in a second, get these all done. But yeah, it regularly does help regulate her blood sugars doing Zumba and stuff. It's because obviously with diabetes you've got not just think about the sugar you're taking in, but it's called carbohydrates as well, because if you don't use them up, they will then store as sugar or glucose in your liver and stuff for instant energy. But if you don't use it up, it'll turn into fat, and if that builds up too much, yeah, you got a problem. So I'm not going to have the S. I'm just going to put shower up there. Screw it. Right, so that's going to be the shower area. The shit is going to be over here, and this what I've done here is going to be the yoga studio. So that's what that's going to be. Reception's going to be here. And on the outside, I extended this to accommodate it, and I've just got to put sort of like a sign on here, a name of something, I mean, I'm thinking about calling it Get Sweaty With Me, but I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, I will be back with another stream and doing more of this, because I won't touch it until, I started to build the other day, and I thought I need to leave something for fucking stream here. So there you go. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this. Oh shit! Sean says, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm 37 years old. I live in Wales. I'm a railway enthusiast. I play Train Simulator Classic and Train Sim World. I love this game, House Flipper 2. It's brilliant. And Boston says vaginas, of course. Pam says lovely choice of words, and also Pam says Betty Swallocks. She might come here. We don't know. Right, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this one and the previous job that we did. We're going to go and sell it. So we're going to go the fuck home and we're going to sell the previous job we did, which I completed, which is finished. I was going to finish that tonight, but I already fucking done it and started on this one, didn't I? So, yeah, that worked out for me, didn't it? Yes, I do mean Kathy. Right. Fuck me, church bells. Who's getting married? Okay, it was the Verdant Nook, I believe. So, let's go to it. So yeah, well, Sean, as you were so nice to tell me about you, I'll tell you about me. I'm 41. You probably know this from my videos anyway. 41, heavily into heavy metal, rock music. I have tattoos. I love tattoos. I have piercings as well. I'm married, got 2 kids. I love playing things like GTA. I've been getting back into that. House Flipper 2, I absolutely adore this game, and I adore this game because I met Pam and Boston, and Kathy through it. So, 3 fantastic friends there who I do cherish, believe it or not. And yeah, it's just great, and I'm happy that you also found the channel too through Train Sim. So welcome to the Flawless family. We don't take no shit here, and we got no filter. If something needs to be said, fuck them, we say it. Right, okay, so this is my house that I did, and I changed it around, so absolutely. It's fun over here, right? So this is the kitchen, which was the living room area. I filled the wall in, put some windows there. Washer, dryer, lovely big countertop surface. Cooker, sink. What more could you possibly want in a house? Answer? About 5 women with hardly any clothes on. Boston knows what I mean. Through here, we have the living room area. It's very basic, but it does have some features. We've got a hi-fi. We've got a knockoff of a David Bowie album. That's supposed to be Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, and we've got some gold records up here. A nice big TV, coffee table, lamp, just a basic living room, looking really nice. And Boston says, amen, bring them titties on. Abso-fucking-lutely. Upstairs, we've just done the same wallpaper. I kept that picture, put a blind there. Through here, we have a bedroom. Hang on, this is like an adult's bedroom, isn't it? Sorry, Boston, I'll do it now. And we want, and of course, there we go. So that's the parents' bedroom. That one. Through here is a bathroom. Nice blue themed bathroom there. Really cool. And in here, I believe, is another bedroom. It is. It's like this one's a bit of a 90s sort of nook, in a way. I've put in sort of like old school. I mean, I just put in some botanical wallpaper because why the fuck not? Sean's just commented. He says, this game amazes me on how you can bring a vision to life. My music is very eclectic. Anything from Kate Bush to Michael Jackson or even the EastEnders theme tune. Favourite TV programme is Brookside. My brother. I grew up with Brookside, and do you know what? Yes, I love my rock and heavy metal, but even these guys will know, and you see it on my channel as well. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. I have been since I was like 7, 8 years old. I have Michael Jackson records. I have the CDs. I've got the DVDs. I've got fucking tons of stuff. Michael Jackson. I've even got a very, very rare copy, which is on the channel. You can see it on the channel. A very, very rare copy of Thriller, which is the Bulgarian, basically Russian pressing, first press. and they are very hard to find. And you can tell it's the first press because the label's blue. The second press was purple, but I have Thriller like that. I've got all the picture discs and everything, you know. So to meet somebody who watches EastEnders like I do, respect, you know, gotta be, well, bring me Zoe Slater and Gina anytime. And and also, you know, Kate Bush. I do like a bit of Kate Bush as well. And Brookside, man, them Cork Hills, bruh, they ruled. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I used to watch that growing up. Man, that brings back some fucking memories, that does. But yeah, back to the room. Botanical wallpaper, 90s looking TV. Underneath you've got a DVD player, you've got a VCR. In here, you've got some tapes. There could be anything on them, maybe adult movies, maybe not. Sean says Thriller is my favourite. Fucking hell. Sean says Thriller is my favourite. Billie Jean is my Thriller's fantastic. Billie Jean is my favourite. Yeah, Billie Jean is an iconic track. You know, it really is. Pam says he definitely likes Bush. Of course I do. Absolutely. You guys know me. Fucking, you know, I really do. Bush is my favourite. And Boston says, I at least hear Billie Jean about 2 times a day. Absolutely amazing stuff. Yes, crank that up. So yeah, we got a little boom box going on in here as well. So yeah, that's just sort of like another bedroom there, and that's basically the house. Boston says, I like Bush too, and I'm not talking about the beer. No, I would presume not. So there you go. That's the house. I haven't really done anything out back. I will show you the garage, which I did the other night, where we've got a couple of cars. We've got a van, and we've got like a little workbench in there. Sean says, Pam, how about this? I like Kate Bush. I was born in Withy Bush Hospital. I went to Bush School, and I definitely beat around the bush. Fuck yeah. Boston says, oh, that piece of shit ex-president. Yeah, so there you go. So that is the house. We're going to see how much it sells for now. Are we ready? We're going to count that shit down. Here we go, as we always do. In 3, 2, 1. No buy low. Okay, so we got a 54, a 60, and a 58. It's going to go to Patricia Oliveira. Thank you, Patricia Oliveira. Why do you look so glum? Right. Let's see what it was and what it is. Let's take a look at them pictures. So there we go. You know, you'll see how much has changed. Pam says, well done. Thank you so much, Pam. I do appreciate it. Sean says she looks glum because she's had no bush. That could be the reason, actually. Hell, I would look glum. I would look very glum. It would drive me to Prozac, bruh. So, yeah. But yeah, there you go. That's basically what the house was and what it is. So I'm actually really impressed with the way it came out. You know, it was just a restoration. So yeah. She can have some of mine, Kathy said. Fucking awesome. Do you know what? You guys are the fucking greatest. You really are, seriously. Fuck, I've got the best fucking people on here. I really have. Right. Okay, so we're going to continue with no saving photos. And we're going to call it a night, guys. That is the stream. Okay, so that is the stream tonight, guys. Thank you all. Right. I'm out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. To Kathy, to Sean, to Pam, and to Boston, thank you all for coming in. You guys fucking rock the fucking joint. You really do. It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, Sean says you all take care. Hopefully see you in the next one. Please, mate, come in. That's great to see you. And yes, while you're here, go and subscribe to Pam's Game TV 2000 because she is an absolute legend when it comes to House Flipper. She does the most incredible builds that you could only describe as art. So yes, go and subscribe to Pam. And, well, my brother Boston, mate, if you like seeing people play with their massive hose, and if you like seeing mansions, and if you like seeing people get electrocuted in fucking chairs in prisons, you need to go and subscribe to My Brother from Another Mother, Mr. Boston Tea Party, right here on YouTube. It's, an incredible channel. He does really good things. Me and him think a lot alike, so if you like this stuff, you'll definitely like his. So yeah, go and subscribe to him. He's awesome. And yes, thank you guys for watching once again. In the chat, we've had a couple of things. Sean says you all take care. Hopefully see you in the next one. Boston says thanks for streaming. You are most welcome, my brother. Kathy says great, Flawless. Thanks for the stream and good luck for tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kathy. That means a lot to me. Pam says thanks. What else we got? Boston says thanks for the show. You are more than welcome. And Kathy says really good builds and leaves a heart. Thank you so much. Right back at you. Thank you so much, guys. That has been the stream. That has been fun. Thank you for listening to my rant about fucking schools. Let's see how tomorrow goes. But in the meantime, guys, I'm getting the fuck up out of here now. Yeah, see you in the next one. I don't know when it's going to be. I may be looking at probably Sunday. So yeah, take care, guys. All the best. Every single one of you. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. Be good to each other. Pam says, thanks for streaming. Good night from me. And thank you, Kathy. And cheers, Sean. Right. Take good care of yourself, guys. Look after each other. And to each and every single one of you out there, be good. Stay safe. And God bless you all. Night, guys. Bye.